And then out the back of its head was a crest.
So it was directly overhead before it flew off into the cloud.
Leathery, had the claws on the wings.
I was convinced that there were living pterosaurs in that part of the world. We went and interviewed Harriet, the mother, and heard about her sighting from a very short distance. Maybe.
I saw something that I had only before witnessed in books. I didn't know there were such creatures at all. But it had a big wingspan. It had a very sharp, long beak. I never saw it open, but a long, narrow beak. I was actually terrified because it was such an unusual thing, and it's the same area that my husband and Steve saw the 3 other ones going down the branch of another river. I could take you there today, and I know what I saw.
Were they have feathers, or was it more leathery like?
Had no feathers. If I was to describe it, I would say it was more like maybe snake skin.
Did you see scales, or was it just smooth?
No, it was more smooth than scales, but it had no feathers, no covering like that of any kind.
I told her if Steve ever goes back over there, I'd like to go with him. Last summer she told me he was going. Said he'd be happy to have some people go with him, so Pete and I met with him.
I thought we ought to look for an observation point. So I got up on the grade and went up, and I found an area that looked like would work. It wasn't very far, about 150 feet from our hut, and I took the camera.
On March 25th, we had a pretty momentous occasion. You were sick that day.
Well, I was in my hammock, and I heard big bird, and I came out, I grabbed the camera, I looked up into the sky, and I saw it almost right away. It was almost directly above me. It was larger than any of the eagles or any of the other birds that we'd seen. Leathery, had the claws on the wing. I saw the animal, and I was just stunned. I turned the camera on, and I tried to focus in on it, but it was a very bright day. Almost no clouds in the sky except for very high clouds, white. So I could not get a good view of the thing. I only had a LCD screen to look at. Didn't have a viewfinder, like a hole to look through, a peephole that I could have shaded my eyes. I just shot it up into the air, hoping that I would get an actual shot of this thing. As it turns out, I got 130 frames or so of the thing. Some of it blurry, some of it better than others.